Well, this is your Insights meteorologist Danielle Noyes here for the 1 Degree Outside Weather Network. Some important updates in this video today. The latest on the wind and waves from Hurricane Erin, rip current concerns lingering into this weekend, an important drought monitor update. Some portions of New England are in severe drought now. I'll have the map for you coming up, and weekend details, of course, so you can plan your Saturday and Sunday. Let's start with Erin and the visible satellite here as it sweeps through. You're going to clearly see where she is off the East Coast. There you go, the visible eye, that counterclockwise spin here. And if you watched this video yesterday, I kind of took a look at the north to south distance of how large she was today. We're doing it a little differently. Northeast side of the clouds to the southwest quadrant. Look at that, over 1,200 miles. Some of the clouds coming into southern New England just shows the size and the expansion of Erin, as she is still a Category 2 storm and will pass well south and east of New England. The impacts have been felt up and down the East Coast, greatest obviously out over the ocean. She will continue to accelerate too and gradually weaken over the coming days in the north central Atlantic. Interestingly, will be a tropical storm by the time we get to Sunday and then transition to an extratropical creature by the time we get to early next week. Some little pieces of her will actually break off towards Iceland, towards Greenland, and towards the western portions of Europe as well, with some pockets of rain and likely some gusty wind as well. What about the wave action? Now, as of this recording, they have been building, particularly along the south coast. We've got some 5 to 10 foot seas now that have been building, and they will continue to increase during the course of the day today, so that by the time we get to overnight tonight, we're talking 10 to 20 footers offshore. I was just looking at some of the buoy observations just outside of Erin. 26, 28, 30-foot seas outside of her center. So this is no joke for our marine community. There will be some lingering seas this weekend too. So watch the map. Tomorrow, 4 to 8 foot seas still even at the coastline, or near shore, I should say. 15 to 20 foot seas offshore. By Friday night, they're still elevated 4 to 8 foot seas. They will slowly, you noticed, come down during the day on Saturday. But offshore, we're still talking about like 6 to 12 foot seas, closer to the coastline, more like 3 to 4 foot seas along the coast of Maine. Still the highest action anticipated from Wilkinson Basin to the outer Cape and then back down to Nantucket. On Saturday, there will be lingering rip currents, and then Sunday is really the day the seas come down, but there'll probably still be some small craft advisories on the outer coastal waters. So the high surf advisory I've been showing you the last couple of days along the south coast has now been expanded. It includes everywhere along the coastline of New England through Saturday evening. So the surf is building, the onshore wind, which will gradually ease during the day on Friday, but it's the large breaking waves, significant beach erosion, particularly on south-facing beaches along the south coast to the islands. Rip current risk on Friday, the red, high risk. So pretty much everywhere along our beaches, you have to be extra vigilant and cautious the next several days. Want to show you Saturday's map too. So even though the seas will gradually come down, the rip current risk remains elevated all along the coast of New England, down towards Long Island, and even down towards the Jersey coastline as well on Saturday. They'll probably still be elevated on Sunday, to be honest, a moderate risk of rip currents, even some high spots still possible. All right, minor coastal flooding, the Vineyard, Nantucket down towards Long Island and southwest Connecticut. The rest of the coastline shouldn't really be experiencing flooding, but with the onshore wind, the wave action, high tide tonight and again tomorrow night on the Vineyard and Nantucket will experience a little bit of surge that comes in. So you live there, you kind of know the deal in terms of minor coastal flooding. Those coastal flood advisories are up. All right, wind gusts going to be strongest on the outer Cape to Nantucket. We talked about this yesterday. Some tropical storm force gusts for Cape Cod. I mean, this is nothing. There may be some isolated pockets of damage on Nantucket. The wind out of the north-northeast for tonight into tomorrow morning. That's when we get some of the strongest gusts. It may top out near 50 miles per hour. Elsewhere, it's breezy. But notice this through our Friday. 10, 20, 25 miles per hour. And then as the storm continues to depart, the wind too will relax even for us on Cape Cod. By the time we get to the late afternoon and the evening, it is much lower. And then that will continue to subside through the overnight as well. So really the period of strongest wind will be overnight tonight into pre-dawn tomorrow on the Cape. We've heard from so many of you that have said the tropical overlay on your app is so cool. You can can't mess anything up. You can toggle different overlays on and off on the interactive radar sponsored by CrackX. Our app is free, 5-star reviews. Give it a try. Search Noyes 1 Degree Outside Weather on the App Store and Google Play. All right, I want to bring you the latest drought monitor. It's updated every Thursday, and it takes Tuesday to Tuesday's precipitation from the week prior into account. So Matt showed you this map yesterday with the expansion of moderate drought, and that area in tan here has expanded even more through much of central and northern New Hampshire and into Vermont too. Southern New England, we've seen an expansion of abnormally dry areas as well. All the yellow shaded areas, still moderate long-term drought on Cape Cod. Right along the Mass New Hampshire border, that moderate drought is in place now. And there has been an addition of severe drought along the coastline of Maine, essentially from Boothbay back up towards Machias here. So it's been abnormally dry. There's not much rain in the forecast, even though we did have some yesterday, quarter to a half an inch in general, a little less. You notice it was a real sharp cutoff, and there were some higher totals, 1, 2, even some isolated 3-inch amounts in far southwestern Connecticut, where we had a flash flood warning, and along and south of the Mass Turnpike. Meantime, it's a dry stretch these next several days, but it's a beautiful stretch of late summer weather, aside from the action, of course, right at the coastline on our ocean. We're talking about sunshine for our Saturday, low humidity, high rip current risk, but a dry day, temperatures up around 80 degrees. So a turnaround compared to the cool stretch we've had these past several days. The clouds will increase, and by the time it gets to Sunday, there's a cold front that will spark a few showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm in northwestern New England. This is Sunday afternoon. Watch as it tries to make eastward progress. Tough time doing it. Maybe central New England gets into some of it. Wouldn't be until Sunday evening and night. Monday, the cold front sweeps through. And what's this? A little area of low pressure, actually stemming from some Gulf moisture, will come up the eastern seaboard, may help to enhance a little rainfall. By the time we get to Monday, we'll watch the track of that, but the cold front sweeps through. So the most action, I think, in terms of scattered showers and thunderstorms will occur on Monday, and then Tuesday, that's offshore, maybe a lingering shower inland, but the sunshine returns. And even though the humidity ticks up a little bit Sunday into Monday, drier air comes in after that. So high temperatures for our Friday. Wow, we're turning things around. It'll feel nice, warm, if you like that, for summertime, compared to the cool, kind of crisp, fallish early feel we've had the last several days. Upper 70s to low 80s, 50s, but still comfortable for sleeping overnight, mainly clear skies. Highs on Saturday well into the 80s, but the humidity is still low. So that's why I urge extra caution at the beaches, because I know many of you will be flocking there, and the wave action is going to be high, and that rip current risk is going to be quite dangerous. 70s to near 80 on Cape Cod. Saturday night, partly to mostly cloudy. 60s, 50s in the far north. Humidity goes up a little bit by Sunday. It's not overly oppressive, but you'll feel the difference in western New England in particular, where there will be some showers and maybe a thunderstorm. Most spots right around or just over 80, 70s in the North Country, and then scattered action, 75 to 80 for most of us by the time we get to Monday. If you like this content, don't forget you can get more as a member. 4 different membership tiers to choose from. We are so appreciative of everybody that signed up so far. Membership.onedegreeoutside.com for more information on how to sign up.